Hey guys, HyperXP we're back today with another Dota 2 episode. Today I'll be giving a list of the 4 Protect 1 Dota 2 strategy teams you can build. So this won't be a guide on how to run the strategy. I will be putting out advanced guides on how to do these strategies much more effectively. Let me pause this real quick. Oh jeez. Alright, so essentially I'll be just giving a list of a bunch of team comps you can run. This will just be a direct list of heroes. I won't be doing advanced explanations because that will take a lot of time. It's just a simple list so you can draft the heroes and try out the strategy. If you want a more advanced guide on how to do these strategies, I'll make a video on each one. And I will be making a Google Docs, which I will post in the link in the description, which you can check out, and it will give tons of information on the topic. So here we are. This is just a list, so you can pick heroes and pick just a viable team comp that could work for you. So first off, we're going to start with the 4 Protect 1. This is a basic Dota strategy in which you pick one hero that you just focus mainly on and try to buff. You make space for Terrorblade, and Terrorblade is the hard carry of this strategy. The reason is he's very good at eventually pushing towers, and he's very good at getting buffed by other heroes. So essentially, if you know how to play these heroes, you can interchange them, naturally. Any team comp you can interchange because things will get banned, but this is a nice team comp you can try out. First, we have Terrorblade on the hard carry position, and this is the main character you'll be trying to get farm on. He snowballs very hard, and with a couple items you can easily go high ground. With a couple team items such as Piper Mech on Underlord and Dazzle Heals. So the general idea behind this strategy is when you're making space. Oh jeez. Sorry, I'm getting new to this, so this won't be a perfect video. But you want to make space for the Terrorblade, and I will go into detail into another video. So make sure you check that video out if you're interested in the strategy. But you want to start by having the Terrorblade, and then pick the other heroes to essentially buff and make space for the Terrorblade. So you want to group as 4 when Puck gets items such as Blink Dagger, or Underlord gets his mech, or his pipe. And you make space with Dazzle and Vengeful Spirit so Terrorblade can get free farm, and then you group up and push towers. Puck doesn't necessarily need a lot of farm to do a lot, but he does fall off, so his purpose is to essentially make space early for Terrorblade, and then push towers with his good team fight potential. You want to have certain timers with this strategy, because you have a certain timer, and around 20 minutes, when Terrorblade has Dragonlance Manta style, I would say that's a good time. You want to group up with your mech on Underlord and your high level of Heal Wave and Swap to push towers and group together to make the best use of your farm on Terrorblade. And let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we are here with the second team comp. Let me just quickly lower the audio. And this will be the more aggressive take. This is just Terrorblade gameplay in the background, so you can ignore or watch that. For some reason, it's super low quality. But starting off here, we got Juggernaut, Magnus, Centaur, Monkey King, Crystal Maiden. And this is more of an aggressive take on the 4 Protect 1 strat. It's less 4 Protect 1, and you can group up earlier with a couple key items. This one focuses a lot on some of the key items. So we're going to just pause here and quickly go over the general idea behind the strategy. So you have a lot more aggressive heroes compared to the last one. You have a Monkey King and a Crystal Maiden compared to your Vengeful Spirit and Dazzle. And the main difference is that these heroes are definitely better at pressuring and setting up other lanes to be able to do a lot more. And the reason is with Crystal Maiden Aura, you can provide Magnus with a lot more empowers. You can provide Jug with more spins. You can set up a lot of hoof stomps with Monkey King and Centaur in the top lane if you want to put some aggression on that lane. You can definitely put aggression with Monkey King Centaur. And Bound Strike and Frostbite with Spin certainly does a lot of damage on a much lower cooldown than something like Venge, Stun, and Metamorphosis, which is a lot more unreliable. So if you're looking for a more aggressive team comp that doesn't focus as much on farm priority on Terrorblade and spreads the farm out a little bit more, less of a 4 Protect 1, more of a help out every lane and you want to get some levels on CM, and then everyone else can try to make space around the map, and you eventually group with things like an empowered Jug with Healing Ward and Stampede. It makes Jug extremely strong, and with some Boundless Strike setup and CM setup, you can definitely make it easy for him to find some good Omni Slash and spin targets. Plus, the last thing I'd like to talk about within this team comp, if you're going to try it, is the nice thing about having a Magnus within this is that he provides a lot. He really buffs the Jug, and usually when you pick Magnus, the only thing you might be afraid of is that like you don't have setup outside of RP, but this team comp has a lot of disables outside of RP, so he doesn't necessarily have to RP for solo kills. He can go for bigger plays with Juggernaut and have Monkey King and Crystal Maiden do the rest of the setting up. So if you're looking to play less defensive, choose this team comp. More defensive, choose the first one. Alright, let's move on.
Alright, lastly but not least, we have the Alchemist strat. So, I know what you're thinking. This hero's obnoxious. Yeah, the hero's obnoxious. It's really frustrating to play against because it sets a time limit on you, and you really got to pressure it, else it gets out of control. And this is what you're kind of trying to abuse essentially with the strategy. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly pause. And with this team comp, obviously you are putting more of your focus on the Alchemist rather than your safe laner, which is a slight variation to the other two. But it is kind of something like 4 Protect 1 in a sense, but you're investing more into the Alchemist. So now you might look at this strat, and if you have some game knowledge, you're like, well, maybe I would want a Slaughter over one of these other heroes because it synergizes incredibly well with Lifestealer. You can take Roshan. It sets up a lot, but I'll go over why I chose these heroes and why I think these are some good heroes to try. So essentially, your 4 other heroes are meant to protect and set up kills for Alchemist. Not necessarily set up kills for Alchemist, but make space and set up kills. And you set up the kills so that Alchemist can get space and get farmed. So as we look at these 5 heroes, you put Alchemist mid, Lifestealer in the safe lane, Batrider off lane, and then you have your 2 supports. What I really like about these 2 supports and this Alchemist strat, being through Rubik and Earth Spirit, is they are very good at protecting against tower dives, in my opinion. These are 2 very good heroes that when they TP rotate, they can really get a lot out of punishing diving heroes. For that, they can keep someone under tower for an extremely long time through lift, and heavy disables through Earth Spirit. You can also kick them even back into the tower. These are high skill supports that you might have to learn, and if you don't know how to play them, you can interchange them with other space creators. But I would at least have supports that can protect the Alchemist from rotations and set up kills on your other lanes. This is where we go into the Batrider, and I prefer Batrider over Slaughter. I like this because Batrider is very good at lane pressuring, so if you get a good matchup, you can put tons and tons of pressure, especially with Earth Spirit and Rubik, on the other lanes. Plus, you have good synergy with Lifestealer still, through Blink Lasso, good vision. It's not as good as Slaughter Lifestealer, I'm sure, but I really like the lane kill potential and some of the early magic damage you can put out through Batrider with the Lifestealer synergy. Plus, Lifestealer is really nice in lane. He does well in lane against a lot of heroes. He can sustain himself pretty well. And the advantage... This is actually a pretty funny clip in the background. I'm going to go back just a little bit to the team comp. I'm sorry about this, but just so you can keep your eyes on it, write it down or whatever. Lifestealer does well in lane, and so you don't necessarily have to protect him as hard, so you can focus more on Alchemist if he needs it. These heroes are just very good at making space. You can fight early, they do good damage. So I would recommend trying this strategy out if you want to go for a little bit more of a greedy pick on the Alchemist, hit your timing, get your Octarine core, and snowball out of control like Alchemist does. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Dota 2 on the Dota 2 Think Tank, I would appreciate a like for you to like the video. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I'll be doing more of these. I'll be explaining LG and doing an advanced guide on each of these one-team comps, explaining how to execute them better, what items to purchase, such things like that. And last but not least, comment if you think there's anything I said wrong or anything I should change about the video or add to make it better. just let me know. I can add annotations. I'm here to just create discussion and help others find team comps they can run together with their friends. So if you enjoyed, I'll see you in the next episode.